Alright, so as you know, I've got quite the serious bike collection on the go at the moment. So obviously, firstly, last year we built up my Canon Super 6 Evo. That was obviously going to be my race bike, my training bike, more like my serious bike, the one that I'm actually going to use a lot and train on. So we built that up with Ultegra Di2. I've got the 75s and the 50s that I run on that when I do races. And yeah, that's obviously like the first bike that we like properly like built up on this channel. And then obviously we moved on to the Scott foil, which we had repaired because it had a little bit of a hairline fracture, a bit of a crack in the back stay. And then we took that up to Matt in Auckland, and that was custom painted to look like the Ford GT race car, which is like I had the actual Hot Wheels of, which is absolutely sick. And then the last build we had on the channel was obviously the fighter jet look on my giant Trinity time trial bike. So yeah, it's safe to say I've spent a lot of money on bikes in the last year, but one problem is late last year one of my Di2 batteries decided to stop working, and that Dura-Ace derailleur just decided to brick itself and completely stop. So I've got 3 really expensive race bikes that I've custom built up, but technically only like 2 of them work at once because I kind of have to take parts from one of them and take parts from the other one to try and get them all working. But yeah, with this box, that is all going to stop now. This is another box from Shimano. I kind of teased you guys a little bit with it in the last video, but basically I've got a brand new derailleur and a brand new battery in here, so hopefully I'm going to solve all my problems, and then I'll have all my bikes operational at all times. So if I want to film a video with the Scott foil, I can just get it out and ride it. And if I want to film a video with my time trial bike, I don't have to rebuild it. Because this is one of the real reasons I didn't like making videos at the end of last year. It's because every time I wanted to use one of my bikes, I would have to like completely rebuild it, spend like an hour or 2 hours changing things over, changing my power meter over, and then changing the rear derailleurs over, having to find the right battery, and it was just becoming a real hassle. So yeah, thanks to Shimano for giving me a good deal on these. We'll open that up now, and then hopefully we can go and get these built. Alright, that was a quick unboxing, and hopefully this is going to solve all of my problems. So this is obviously a brand new 11-speed Ultegra Di2 derailleur. And then this is pretty boring, but this is obviously just the Di2 battery, so this just goes in the seat post of the bike. This is the old Dura-Ace Di2 one. This is the one that completely bricked itself randomly. This is obviously from the old generation of the Di2 series. This is from the new generation of the Di2 series. So yeah, putting them side by side, you can see that there's actually quite a big difference in the 2 generations of these derailleurs. This is obviously an Ultegra one. We couldn't get our hands on a Dura-Ace one, but it's going to do the exact same job. Alright, we're back in the shed, and I obviously got my new rear derailleur and my new Di2 battery. So a problem I have, so I'm pretty sure the rear derailleur on the Scott works, but the battery in the Scott is stuffed. Whereas on the TT bike there's no rear derailleur, but I'm pretty sure the battery in here is still working. So I think we're going to start on the TT bike, because if we plug the rear derailleur in and it starts working, I'll know that it's the other battery that we need to replace. Alright, I think the first call of action is obviously to try and get this rear derailleur onto the TT bike. So we'll just find the right Allen key for that. Alright, now's the moment of truth. We're going to see if it's this battery or if it's the battery on the Scott foil. Oh, we're moving. Okay, so that clearly means that this one... Alright, clearly the battery on the TT bike is absolutely functional, which is perfect, which means this bike is basically fixed now that we've got this derailleur on. I still need to get a chain for it, and I still need to get either another power meter or another crankset for it. But up until now, all I've done is I've just taken the power meter off my road bike and transferred it onto the TT bike whenever I want to ride it, which isn't too much of a hassle. It's only 1 bolt on the Cannondale. So yeah, that's fix number 1, not really a fix. All I need to do is just bolt that on and plug it in and check that it works. So yeah, that's basically, that bike is technically functional now, and just obviously needs wheels and a power meter. Alright, and that means that the Scott foil GT40 is the one that's ended up with the dud battery. So I've got the brand new battery here. The battery in this bike sits right there in the seat post, so we're going to have to take the seat post off and then disconnect that, plug the new one in, give it a charge up, and hopefully this bike will be all ready to go. Unlike the TT bike, this bike actually already has a crankset on it. I've got the Dura-Ace ones, is the 5236. Already got a rear derailleur on it and a chain. So basically, once this is on here, this bike will be ready to go. That bike's basically ready to go, and all my bikes in the shed are basically ready to ride, which is going to be bloody exciting because it has not been like that in a long time. Unplug that, try not to lose the cable. So yeah, this is the dud battery here, so this one's going to end up going in the bin, and then I can replace it with this new battery. And obviously these batteries don't just fit straight in here, so I'm going to have to tape it with a bit of tape until it fits in there nice and snug, plug it back in, put the seat post bolts all back in, and then this bike will be ready to go. Alrighty, and then we just plug that back in there and put that back into it. And then voila, we have a fully functional, once it's charged obviously, Scott Foil GT40, which I have not had in I think almost 2 months. So yeah, I'm going to put that on charge for a few hours, and we're definitely going to make a video of that bike tomorrow because I really want to get back on it. Alright, so this is the first time that I've had the full custom bike collection actually all in working order in the last maybe 3 or 4 months. Actually, this is probably the first time it's all been working since the Giant was actually built. So yeah, obviously this is my full collection at the moment. I've got that Trifox that I'm building, but that isn't actually quite built at the moment. I'm still waiting on a few parts that I need to get. So yeah, a little rundown. Obviously I've got my Canon Super 6 Evo. This is a 2020 frame set. This is the rim brake version. Obviously running Ultegra Di2. I've got my Physique saddle, and I've got my Dura-Ace C75s on there with my graphene tires. Alright, and then moving on to the Scott Foil GT40 build, which is in the Golf colors. We went all out with this frame. We obviously got it custom painted and repaired because it had a crack down there. We got the actual Scott Foil custom Syncross bars. We also got those color matched to the frame, which is the reason I think it actually looks absolutely awesome, is because everything kind of matches on this bike. We obviously have the same Physique saddle, got an out front K-Edge Wahoo mount, and yeah, we went all out with this bike obviously, and we got Dura-Ace Di2 on it. And then moving on to my latest build, which is obviously this Giant Trinity, which we got custom painted as like a World War II fighter jet. And yeah, that one came out absolutely awesome. I've only actually ridden this a handful of times, and every time I've ridden it, it's felt real good. We've got these massive zip bars. We're running Ultegra Di2 on it. Just at the moment I've got the 50s on there, but I've never actually run the 50s on there. Obviously I always run the 80s, or if I can get Maddie's disc, I'll have that on the back. And like I said earlier, the reason it's got no cranks is because I take my power meter off my road bike and then put it onto there. But yeah, I am considering maybe getting its own power meter, or maybe it's just its own crankset that I can use, because I'm not that fussed on power anymore. So yeah, there is the bike collection. So let me know in the comments down below if you could have one of these bikes, either the Giant Trinity, the Scott Foil, or the Cannondale, which one would you have? So let me know in the comments down below. Alright, there's two wash bikes. Got the Wash Scott foil and the Wash Cannondale, and I am a little bit embarrassed to say that the Cannondale was so filthy that I actually forgot that I put this gold chain on here. Just degreased the whole thing, and then I realized, oh wow, I put that gold chain on there and it looks absolutely sick. So yeah, I'm happy that that bike and that bike are now clean. I was going to give this one a clean, but it's only a little bit dirty, so I might just leave that for another day. But yeah, that is going to end today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed to the CyclingTom YouTube channel, just hit that button down below. It really helps out the channel a lot. We're trying to hit 15,000 subscribers.